So, ich hoffe, ich bin jetzt zu sehen. Ah ja. Und es läuft alles. Tatsächlich kann ich noch nichts im Live-Chat lesen. Gut, ich versuche das heute das erste Mal mit OBS und schau mal, wie es einfach läuft. Gut. Das Bild blenden wir jetzt mal aus. Gut, mein Schreibtisch ist schon mal gut zu sehen. Und dann fange ich gleich auch an. Dieses Mal vergesse ich auch nicht, mich vorzustellen, wie letztes Mal. Dadurch, dass ich so hektisch reingehüpft bin, war das alles ein bisschen zu schnell. So, ich stelle mir kurz meine Karte hier hinten hin. Und meine Uhr sagt jetzt 13 Uhr. Das heißt, ich begrüße euch hier alle. Und vergrößere einmal das Bild, sag Hallo. Ich bin Sanja Reiß von Stampin Sunny. Ich bin nun echt schon seit 8 Jahren bei Stampin Up dabei und wage mich jetzt tatsächlich seit 2 Wochen hier an diese Live-Basteleien. Ich habe heute ein bisschen was Herbstliches vorbereitet und zeige euch von der Technik her einfach, wie man quasi eine längere Karte gestaltet und wie man durch verschiedene Ebenen ein Layout macht. Jetzt fällt mir ein, ich habe eigentlich angekündigt, dass das auf Englisch stattfindet. Das heißt, ich fange einfach nochmal von vorne an. Hoping it will work. Okay, so my name is Sanja Reiß and I've been an independent demonstrator for Stampin Up since 8 years now, and I love stamps and colors and our cardstock. So I'll try to do this in English today. I've prepared a long card. It's right here. And I will make myself smaller again. And then we'll craft together. And I want to show something on the layout actually. Okay, here we go. You can still see me a little bit. That's kind of nice to me. So, and yeah. Say hi if you're here. I see that 2 people are watching, so hello girls. I will try English today. You can switch on the subtitles though, if you need any German, and maybe I'll just record it in German as well, but I want to try English today. Okay, so this is my card I want to do with you today. A little close-up. And there's nothing special about the card itself, actually. It's just a longer card. And I want to show you how, to have different images on it so it doesn't get too bulky. Okay, so how I started. See, I'm missing the most important thing, our cutting board. How did that happen? Here we go. So I went crafting this morning with the class of my daughter, actually. The teacher talked to me saying, oh, someone mentioned you're a crafts person. Would you be willing to prepare our craft fair or whatever they have, a Christmas fair, something like that? Would you be willing to, do you have an idea and stuff? And I'm like, okay, I'll just come and I'll craft with the kids and I'll explain, and then it should be fine. And she was so grateful and was so nice, although a little loud. I mean, I am a teacher, but working with kids the age 6 and 7 is a totally different thing. I usually work with older kids, so this was kind of an exciting experiment today. Okay, so here we go. So I'll open my cutting board because I want to create a card that's actually 21 by 21 centimeters. So I'm going to use the full length of this side and then just cut at 21 if you're too lazy to open this, you can also just score it at 10.5. What I have to do anyway, and then fold it. So score along, and then when you put this in here, actually at 10.5 again, you can just cut, you know, the excess. So, you know, or if you don't have the room because you're crafting on a small table or on a chaotic table where you don't have room to put out all your things. Happens to me too, you know, you don't see the rest of my table, so lucky for me and you maybe. So this is actually the basic card I'm gonna use. So I don't know why, but always ends up like one side is always a little longer. So just turn it around, no one will notice, I swear. No one ever did. And then I used one of these stitched frames that are actually available online. They're like very, very cute and nice to use, and I like the look of it with the stitched frame. I already did one, but we need 3 of them to have our whole image. So, and the best thing about this carding form, it fits onto the small pads and the small machine. So, and the other thing that's great about the card is that the axis of how much is it? Let me think. 8.7 centimeters actually goes pretty well with this die. So just be careful, and you should be able to get all 3 pieces actually off the remaining sheet of paper. So we're having one cardstock page for this whole thing. Well, we need a little more color, but yeah, I like that. So now we have 2, and it's really like fitting perfectly. There's only like a small line that stays behind. So make sure you put your die like very closely to the end, so you have like on both sides the same spot, and then you just roll it again. This is a big die, so it's a little harder to roll it through. I guess I have to fix my handle today, make it a little stronger. Now I have my 3 pieces. Oh, this one I didn't pay attention to. You see that? This is a little too short, so we're just gonna do it again. Now I tried to save too much paper. Happens to all of us. So we'll just do it again. So yeah, of course, right behind me is my big machine, but it's harder, like I would be out of the picture. And also I like to show when you can use the small one, because I really like to take it on holiday too, and to have it with me. So here we go. This is much better. Now we can actually put the machine away already. Fold it together, and then she's gone. Put this aside. I can still use the scraps. So now we have the 3 pieces we need for our card. They're almost perfect, you know. No one will notice. Okay. And then I actually build frames for them in the colors, in the new in colors. So what I've used are these 3. So we have Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, and Wild Wheat to work with. And I think, like, looking at the in colors, even if I take the others 2 in, This is fall for me, isn't it? Like with pebbled path and seaside spray, it's just, I love it. I mean, they're like very, very nice to use. Very subtle and perfect for fall. So we're going to use those 3 colors. And when you look at that piece, that's pretty nice because it's actually 5.2 and 8.7 centimeters. So we need 3 pieces of cardstock. I will write it down for you so it's easier to remember. And I always, I think I used then 6 by 9. Yeah, because it's very easy to cut. 9.5 actually. So 6 by 9.5 centimeters, and we need 3 pieces. So, Moody Mauve, here we go. Let's take our cutting pad back. Six by 9.5, which leaves a very nice border around all of it. And we'll need this little piece too for stamping, so I'll just leave it out. And then wild wheat, again 6 by 9.5, and we'll leave this out so we can stamp on it. Put the remaining paper away, and then I just need, what is it, copper clay, right? Yeah. Remembering all the names, like in German and English, not that easy. They're pretty, but like remembering all of them gives me sometimes a hard time. So, remaining piece, and then this. Okay, great. So before I glue that together, I like to stamp first because, of course, sometimes there will be mistakes in stamping. So we'll leave those here. These will be actually the pieces that go in the back. And I'll show you a little trick for this technique to align them very nicely. But first we'll go stamping. Okay, so here we go. You can have some coffee if you want to. I'm having one. I just love the taste of coffee, actually. Okay, so we'll need this piece. Yeah, we'll do that first. And then this is kind of cute because they're all together, so I don't have to think about how to place them to have them in the right direction. For this one, I want to have them hanging, so I'll stamp them in copper clay first. Here we go. And then they'll get little hats. Where's my little piece? Sorry, my block is gone. As I said, I went stamping with the kids and they used a lot of stuff, so here we are. And then we'll give it, oh no, I think wild wheat hats. I used 3 colors, and white is the basic cardstock. I think that's enough, like for the eye and, you know, for having it very pretty. 3 colors, usually mixing them. That's a perfect match. Here we go. So we have 3 hats for them. And then I want to add this little piece. It's like a stem or some basic leaves. And what I will do first, I'll stamp on my sheet first and then use the second color. I think I stamped a little too much off. And so I add a different shade of wild wheat to it, and I really like how it turned out. What do you say? Okay, here we go. So this is our first image. It's already done. And this copper clay is already open. I will use gute Besserung. So, which basically means get well soon. Stamp it onto the paper. Copper clay on copper clay. It really looks nice. It gets a little darker shade of this color. We'll leave that on there because we have to stamp it 2 more times. So, first image done. Then we'll do the second one, and I don't think we need the hats anymore, so we can take that away. Put it back. I love how they like put the images at the back. So you know when something is missing, because I have so many stamp sets where I'm like, it seems like something's gone, but I don't know what. Like the old ones. But now I know for sure. Okay, we'll need that later. No, we'll not need it. We'll need the one leaf actually. So we use this and put this on again. I like to lay them on the ground, so this is how I know they're like in the right direction. And then we'll stamp the second image, which is some cute little mushrooms. Okay, here we go. In Moody Mauve. And they need a stem, which is this one. And we'll do that in wild wheat again. So now I just have to align, and it looks perfect, doesn't it? So nice. Okay, here we go. So this will go with get well soon in wild wheat actually. Here we go. Done. And we don't need wild wheat anymore, so I'll close that up so I don't have any mistakes. And then we'll stamp this beautiful tree. So how do you say it? Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. Is it stem? Could be. Okay. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. Okay. I'm not a native speaker, so some words just get lost. Okay, so I didn't want to get onto the side of this pattern, so I just took a remaining piece, laid on there, hold it a little bit, and then just stamped. Press firmly so you'll have like a nice crisp border here. Do you see that? So, you know, you leave that untouched and pretty. And then we'll just add a couple of leaves as a symbol of fall, you know, and fall always means change and maybe letting go of old things. It's about time, so we'll stamp some little leaves. I think I'll turn it that way. I liked it this way. And here I also used like the second stamped image so that I can add some other shades into my project. Here we go. Still like very nice because they go together. And then we just need our well soon, or gute Besserung, as we say in German, on Moody Mauve. Here we go. So I cleaned that up. Everything is clean and put away. Good job. We'll take our card back into focus. And now we'll do a little fuzzy cutting. So I like to take the big scissors actually, because then I can just cut and make sure it's very straight. And then also I took the two words apart because I want to spread them across the paper a little bit. One more. Here we go. Okay. And then just the last one. Cut the scraps. Here we go. And take them apart. Very good. So don't lose any parts. Close that. There's nothing worse than having your done and, finished beautiful project landing into your stamp pad, isn't it? I hope I'm not the only one doing this, or, the only one that this has happened to, but it did. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to cut them so they're kind of even. I mean, still fuzzy cutting, and you have to leave as much as you like it to be. So, we're all different. That's good. So just decide on how you want it to look. Okay. So now I need our dimensionals actually. Put them somewhere here. And I like to use like all the whole frame to have like little pieces for my wish here. I'll just cut a couple of pieces, and then as they're pretty small, I can just use one little piece and have that glued on here. Just gives it another dimension, and I like that. I like layering things. Who doesn't? But yeah. So this one will go onto another one. They're very small, so it's not that easy to grab them, but you can also use your pickup tool. Pay attention to gluing the words, not upside down. Okay, and I need 3 more little pieces here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're all done. Oop, this is too close to the outside. Okay, I can't see the chat. That's kind of a bummer. But I don't know. I have to figure that out. But as I told you, it's I'm still working on the details, so, and figuring this thing out named YouTube Live streaming. So bear with me. It will get better. I hope it will. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch those off because I like having the text on the color in the background, but you could also switch them off like how you like it. Okay, and I'm actually also going to use dimensionals on the back of the stitched form, and I use like 1 in each corner and then one in the middle. I just don't like, you know, having the middle going all the way down when you take the card into your hands. So I'm just going to do that. Okay. I love our dimensionals, but like I find these little papers from the back all over the place. You can't imagine what kind of spaces and rooms I've already found them in, or pockets or whatever. They just go everywhere. It's crazy. Okay. When you're a tidy person, you throw them away right away, but you know. I just don't know where my plastic trash is right now. I can't see it. So I'm just going to leave them next to me. And throw it out after. So I see there's a little bump here that we don't actually need. So here it is. Okay, now what I did, because I want them aligned, like, you know, having like the same amount of space on the left, in between, and on the right. So I checked, and if you lay it like at the beginning of your sheet down here of your grid paper, and if you lay the first one at 0.5 centimeters, it goes to 6.5, and then you can start at 7.5 and lay this down, and then you go to 1305 and then start at 1405, and then it's perfect, isn't it? I love it. I love it. So you could use dimensionals here too if you want to. I'm just gonna go with our stamping seal and just glue them down. You could also use Tombow, whatever you like to use. I'm just not a big fan of Tombow. I don't know, maybe I'm just too clumsy, but I always keep getting all the glue on my fingers, and then, like, you know, I'm annoyed, and I usually put something onto my project, and that's, you know, doesn't look nice. So I'd rather use the stamping seal if I can. But you could have another preference. So here we go. Okay. I'm glad it's not a complicated project, so I can manage with English. Who knows? If this would have worked last time with my painting and stuff. But, so, what do you say? Here are my 2 cards I finished. How do you like them? Oh, see, here I switched. So, maybe I was colorblind last night, but... So this is what I came up with, and to show you what I've used, I used white cardstock as a base. Let me put that aside, you guys. Okay, and then I used this stamp set, and I really like it because it's called Jahresringe. I'm not sure what the English name is. I should have looked it up. I'm sorry. But it's like you could use it for Christmas, maybe with the little house or with this flower. It looks like the Christmas flower. You could use it, you know, moving into a new home is pretty nice. You can use it for fall, for winter, for weddings, or just, you know, telling someone you like them, you love them. So I really like it. And it also has some stencils with it, so it's very nice. Okay. So you could cut that or the little house and everything, but I wanted to stamp today, so I did that. And then I used 3 of the end colors, the new ones that are still available until 2025. So I used wild wheat, copper clay, and moody mauve, and also some of the cardstock in those colors. And this is what kind of layout I came up with. So I hope you liked it, and thanks for bearing with me with my second live. I'm very proud of myself being here on the second time and using a new tool. So I already talked to Nadine. Thank you again for helping me, and maybe I'll try another tool next time, because I want to change something in the beginning and in the end. So hoping that will work. We will try that next time. And I wish you a great week. Have a good time, have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.